They ignored the fact that you got chartered flights because of this girl. They ignored the fact that ratings were going through the roof because of this girl. Instead, they resented it because they said, yo, we were doing stuff long before Caitlin Clark got here, and y'all wasn't paying attention then. But now the young white girl comes along and y'all want to sit up there and shower all of this praise and all of this attention that was earned before she ever came along. The resentment is understandable, but it's not about Caitlin Clark. It's about what she represents.
In the world of WNBA basketball, one name has captured all the attention: Caitlin Clark. But when an injury takes the league's top star out of action, Angel Reese steps into the spotlight and stirs up controversy. Today, Stephen A. Smith isn't staying silent, and his reaction is nothing short of explosive.
Indiana Fever announced that star Caitlin Clark will be out at least 2 weeks with a left quad strain. Clark reported some pain in her leg Saturday after the team's loss to the New York Liberty. She subsequently underwent an MRI and was diagnosed with the strain on Monday.
This is the controversy that has fans, analysts, and players buzzing. Angel Reese's rumored disrespect toward the injured Caitlin Clark, and Stephen A. Smith's blistering criticism of how the WNBA has managed its biggest star. The facts are clear. Viewership is dropping, sponsors are pulling back, and the league is facing a harsh reality. It may be relying too heavily on just one player. Let's dive into it all.
Clark was the WNBA's Rookie of the Year last season and a first-team All-WNBA selection. So far, she's averaging 19 points and a league-leading 9.3 assists through 4 games this season. I could give a damn about that last part. I don't care about her leading the league in assists. I don't care about the points that she's averaging because I already know that the young lady can ball. She is special. What I'm interested in is what somebody tweeted me and asked about earlier today.
Caitlin Clark's injury wasn't just a routine quad strain. It was a major blow to a league that was just beginning to gain momentum. With Clark out, the impact was immediate and far-reaching, setting off a chain reaction that shook the entire WNBA.
Fortunately, though, the celebration in the WNBA, it was cut short yesterday afternoon as WNBA players learned the harsh lesson: be careful what you wish for. Headline at the New York Post: Caitlin Clark sidelined with Indiana Felines announcing shock injury. Keyword: shock. This injury was shocking, but not for reasons that you may.
Let's be clear. Before Caitlin Clark's injury, Indiana Fever games were drawing an impressive average of 1.17 million viewers. Without her, that number plunged to just 394,000. That's not a dip, it's a nosedive. Even the presence of Angel Reese and the Chicago Sky couldn't stop the decline in ticket sales. 4 teams had relocated games to larger arenas just to accommodate Clark's draw. Now, those same arenas have empty sections staring back.
Addicts also reported a 100% increase in sales for WNBA-specific merchandise. It started with Caitlin Clark. And so now that we know all of this, and we've known that for months, now we get to turn around and look and see what exactly is it that the league will do knowing that she's out for the next 2 weeks. I'm not saying I know for sure what's going to happen, but I have an idea.
And this is where the controversy heats up. As Caitlin Clark works her way back from injury, Angel Reese's fierce competitiveness has taken a sharp turn, one that many, including Stephen A. Smith, view as more than just rivalry. Critics argue that Reese isn't simply playing hard, she's showing open resentment toward the spotlight Clark has brought to the league.
Mr. Clark, Indiana led the league in attendance both at home and on the road. The Fever averaged 17,035 fans at home and over 15,000 on the road. 4 teams moved home games to bigger arenas when Indiana came to town to accommodate more fans. That's about Caitlin Clark. How do we know this? Attendance for the entire league was up nearly 50% last year. According to data from across the timeline, and Indiana led all teams with an average attendance of 17,035. That was up 319%.
Stephen A. Smith argued that Caitlin Clark's star power was a once-in-a-generation lifeline for the WNBA. Now, with her sidelined, the league's entire growth story is being exposed as alarmingly fragile. dangerously reliant on the shoulders of a single player.
Find out. We don't know yet, but I'm going to be really, really interested in seeing, Molly, what kind of effect this has on the WNBA's ratings, because if for some reason there is a precipitous drop-off, then everybody needs to stand down and recognize the fact that the speculation or the assertions and assumptions about her being the golden goose.
This isn't just about Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese. It's about a league that placed all its bets on one star and is now confronting a sobering truth.
Caitlin, if you're going to break a record, to me, if it's legitimate, you have to break that record in the same amount of time that that player set it.
Okay.
Right? So if Kelsey Plum set that record in 4 years, well, Caitlin should have broke that record in 4 years. But because there's a COVID year and then there's another year, you know what I mean? So she's already had an extra year to break that record. So is it truly a broken record?
Sue Bird, Cheryl Swoops, they've witnessed this before. A league hungry for a superstar, yet struggling to rally around her. Stephen A. Smith's frustration couldn't be clearer. This isn't about race. It's about what Caitlin Clark symbolizes. A beacon of hope for the WNBA's very survival.
Just when you're asking about Caitlin a lot, you bring up other rookies as well.
No league's ever about one player. That player could get hurt or whatever. So I think it's just to give recognition that in sports, people watch for compelling content and rivalries. And you can't do that alone.
With Caitlin Clark's return on the horizon and the league's credibility hanging in the balance, the question now is, what comes next? Will Angel Reese rise to the challenge and embrace the rivalry, or fuel the growing perception of resentment? More importantly, will the WNBA finally learn how to protect and elevate its biggest star, or let this golden opportunity slip away for good?
And the first rookie with at least 25 points, 5 assists, and 5 rebounds in a playoff game, that was Caitlin Clark. Became the fourth different rookie to play all 40 minutes in a playoff game, that was her. I'm looking at other things. 6 different league television partners. This is last year. This is last season, because this is Caitlin Clark that we're talking about. 6 different league television partners set viewership records that year, her rookie year, for its highest viewed WNBA game. Do you know every one of those games included the Indiana Fever?
One thing is certain, Stephen A. Smith's outburst wasn't just another hot take. It was a wake-up call for the entire league. In a sport built on fierce rivalries and forged legends, one truth has never been clearer. The future of the WNBA hinges on how it navigates this pivotal moment.
It lifts all boats. And this is the magnetic traction that draws viewers to the WNBA, and her absence over the next 2 weeks due to that quad strain is providing further evidence of that. Then everybody needs to accept it, stand down, and ride that wave. I'm going to be really interested in seeing how the ratings are going to look without her over the next 2 weeks. Let's make sure we come back and ask me this exact same question after.
If you enjoyed this deep dive, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe for more in-depth WNBA coverage, and turn on notifications so you never miss our next big episode. Until next time, this is your channel name signing off.
We know what she brings to the table, but people wanted to hate because why? You had a bunch of players in this league that watched this young white girl come along and take the league by storm, and they resented it because they saw the marketing prowess that she had. They ignored the fact that you got chartered flights because of this girl. They ignored the fact that ratings were going through the roof because of this girl. Instead, they resented it because they said, yo, we were doing stuff long before Caitlin Clark got here, and y'all wasn't paying attention then. But now, the young white girl comes along, and y'all want to sit up there and shower all of this praise and all of this attention that was earned before she ever came along. The resentment is understandable, but it's not about Caitlin Clark. It's about what she represents. My point is growth.
In a league long overshadowed and underappreciated, one rising star was expected to spark a new era of respect and unity. Instead, her meteoric ascent has triggered a firestorm, with Stephen A. Smith at the forefront, calling out Angel Reese's startling behavior. This is the story you won't want to miss.
Stephen A. is 100% correct on this. At the end of the day, you already see people actually saying, hey, I'm not watching for 2 weeks. I'm not tuning in for 2 weeks. And it's really bad news for the Mystics and the Sky, because both of those teams moved those games to big arenas. So it's like, now that she's not playing, what is that attendance going to look like? The viewership, right? The viewership is going to plummet. I already know, because majority of the people that's watching the Indiana Fever wants to see Caitlin Clark. And sad to say it, a lot of them only want to see Caitlin Clark. They don't really care about it.
Caitlin Clark wasn't your average rookie. She was a phenomenon. Her arrival catapulted the WNBA from niche to mainstream. TV ratings broke records, teams secured charter flights, and merchandise flew off the shelves. For the first time, the league was finally getting the spotlight it had long deserved.
Caitlin Clark games to bigger facilities because everyone was selling tickets. There were ratings. It was a ratings bonanza. Now with Caitlin Clark not playing, what do? Well, when you change your situs, guess what? You can't change it back.
Yep.
All
the tickets are literally half the price, and there are entire sections of the stadium that lost.
Then came the moment no one expected. Caitlin Clark's sudden injury, a left quad strain that would keep her off the court for weeks. But instead of rallying together in support, the league's reaction exposed a deep and troubling divide.
2.2 million average viewers
Tuned in to watch Caitlin Clark and the Fever take on the Liberty.
Peaking at 3.2 million viewers is crazy for the WNBA, even for the Fever.
Became the 6th most watched WNBA regular season.
Beneath the cheers and celebration, an unsettling truth was beginning to surface. For some, Caitlin's rise wasn't something to applaud. It felt like a threat. Players who had spent years battling in the shadows now felt eclipsed, and a toxic undercurrent of jealousy began to emerge.
She came into the league last year with no break whatsoever between the college game and the pro game and did her thing. Ended up as an all-star, ended up being 4th in the league in MVP voting, was the clear winner for Rookie of the Year. No competition whatsoever in that regard when it was really all said and done. We know what she brings to the table. But people wanted to hate because why? You had a bunch of players in this league that watched this young white girl come along and take the league by storm, and they resented it because they saw the marketing prowess that she had.
Enter Stephen A. Smith, never one to stay silent. As quiet whispers of resentment turned into public jabs, he took to national television and didn't just voice his opinion. He dropped a bombshell.
Television ratings, higher attendance figures. Ladies and gentlemen, that doesn't come courtesy of a league. It comes courtesy of the players that play in the league. And in her case, she was the most popular, which means she could have helped your bottom line, which means you should have seen that from day one and maximized it. But you didn't do it.
But Stephen A. wasn't just standing up for Caitlin Clark. He was challenging a dangerous mentality, one that could undo all the progress the WNBA had finally made. His message was clear. This isn't just about Clark as a player, it's about what she represents for the future of the league.
Really cannot make this up. When she's not playing, ticket prices, merchandise sales plummet. Viewership declines when she is not suited up in uniform. The numbers do not lie, guys. Caitlin Clark is the biggest box office attraction in the WNBA, period. Facts over fear.
Clark's injury became a true test of the league's unity. But rather than coming together around their brightest star, some, like Angel Reese, saw it as a chance to reclaim the spotlight. The tension had moved beyond the court. It was now making headlines everywhere.
The first rookie with at least 25 points, 5 assists, and 5 rebounds in a playoff game, that was Caitlin Clark. Became the 4th different rookie to play all 40 minutes in a playoff game, that was her. I'm looking at other things. 6 different league television partners. This is last year. This is last season. Because this is Caitlin Clark that we're talking about. 6 different league television partners set viewership records this year, that year, her rookie year, for its highest viewed WNBA game. Do you know every one of those games, including the Indiana Fever?
For Angel Reese, this felt personal. She built her brand on toughness, but critics say her intensity crossed the line, overshadowing sportsmanship with pettiness. Was she protecting her turf or taking shots at an injured star? The reaction was swift. WNBA legends spoke out, fans were divided, and the league was forced to face a hard truth. How do you balance fierce competition with unity and respect? Stephen A. Smith made it clear, this isn't just about stats. Caitlin Clark brought more than talent. She brought hope. And for those two caught up in rivalry, that hope is slipping away. With Clark's return nearing, the spotlight is now on the league itself. Will it rise to the occasion, or let jealousy define its future? What do you think? Is Angel Reese out of line or just fiercely competitive? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for the next chapter in this WNBA saga.